Hey guys, this is Casey Williamson with video log number 1, talking about the 3 articles that we read. The first one is the Caring Classrooms Academic Edge, where it talks about making a community of learners whose members feel valued, personally connected to one another, and committed to everyone's growth and learning. Obviously, this doesn't happen overnight, so they give some principles to practice. The first one is to promote a warm, supportive, stable relationship. Rather than just saying, okay, so are my students going to be able to pass the tax test? Are they able to multiply all their numbers, whatever? You need to be thinking about what kind of human relationships are we fostering? Are we teaching kids how to be a part of a group, to participate and depend on each other for information and help each other grow and learn. Another thing is constructive learning. We as educators need to connect the curriculum with the child's own natural efforts to make sense of the world. So in other words, we need to make sure that what we're doing in the classroom relates to what they're doing outside. That way they know that, this isn't just for the classroom, that they can do this wherever they go, that it goes beyond the classroom. Another thing that we need to do, we need to have a very challenging curriculum where children aren't just kind of ho-humming it and know everything, where they have to figure out strategies and try to solve problems with each other. And that way it develops a sense of, hey, I need you got my back, I've got your back, we're going to get through this together. Another thing that it talked about was intrinsic motivation, which rather than giving them rewards and things like that for their work, teaching them to be motivated internally rather than giving them rewards, which creates competition and things like that, which will actually do the opposite of create a community. Anyways, that's all I got for that article. The second article, 7 strategies to support a culturally responsive pedagogy. The first is to build trust, which will go back to where to the first one, building communities. You talk about their culture, you talk about where they come from, what makes them unique, what they do with their family that's different from what other people do with their families, and stuff like that, which helps those who are not in the mainstream to feel more comfortable about exposing who they are and their culture. The second strategy is for you as a teacher to become culturally literate. This is very important because everyone has their own culture. Regardless of whether you're twins raised in the same house by the same parents, you're going to look at things differently. You're going to have different beliefs and things like that. So it's very important to understand each child's individual culture as well as other cultures and help them understand other cultures so that they will be accepting of other people. Strategy 3 is to build a repertoire of instructional strategies. This means don't just do the same thing over and over and over again. Let students do things a little differently, outside the box, kinesthetically, or playing games rather than doing this or that. That way that you can touch every child and think about that child and what their needs may be. Strategy 4 is use effective questioning techniques. They talk about using higher order questions and making them think outside the box rather than just the normal ho-hum questions. Strategy 5 is to provide effective feedback. Rather than just being negative about everything, make sure that you include some positives in there. Strategy 6, analyze instructional materials, make sure that their culture is represented and other cultures are represented. And strategy 7, establish positive homeschool relationships. It talks about calling parents and asking them questions about their child, what they like to do, what their strengths and weaknesses are. That way, not only you get to get a better understanding of who's going to be in your classroom, the parents will know that you really care about them and want their child to have the best experience in your class. The last one was about writing a letter to Stacy, and it's about a grandma writing to her granddaughter. And it mainly talks about providing authentic writing lessons and letting them write for a purpose, not just write to pass the tax or here's your prompt, write it, or whatever. That way that they'll learn to love writing and be able to express themselves in writing and actually make a difference in their world. And that's all I got. Thanks for watching, guys.